deciding what your grand life purpose is going to be, you can consider that and think about it. But I would encourage you more accurately to say, like, what is your life purpose in this particular moment? And it's clear to me, like working with, lots of teens and 20s, but like at your age in particular, the greatest life purpose that I can imagine is actually what you're doing. It's development and life experience. And the two go hand in hand because you're going to develop kind of in sync with your life experiences. I promise you, when you fall in love for the first time or when you get a girlfriend for the first time, I don't know, correct me on this, have you had a girlfriend yet? So when you do, that experience is one where it'll be a demarcation point in your life. There will be life before girls and there will be life after girls. Life before sex and life after sex. Bruce used to have this joke in Qigong class. He'd be like, before you've fully experienced, or not fully experienced, but before you've had a taste of the endless discovery that there is to have in the internal world through internal practice, before you have a degree of mastery over your internal world, it's like life before sex and life after sex. This is Bruce's words. It's life in black and white versus life in vibrant color. They're just two wildly different things. So you have a whole bunch of life experience ahead of you that's kind of like that. It's like color is going to be injected into your world to a degree that you'll realize you've never seen color before once it comes in. So I'm excited for you on that front. And also the very best thing to focus on and to apply your energy towards is self-cultivation, which you're doing. In other words, like developing yourself, but cultivating in particular, which is what you're doing. You're building your energetic capacity through the Jing practice and through training and through meditation and through your work and contemplation and all of the practices that we discuss here. So cultivating more, like using all of that energy to, in the same way that if you have more money, you can put more money into investment accounts to then compound that money. You have more energy to put into activities that build your energy. So you can train more. You can do more Jing practice. You can meditate more. You can continue reinvesting that energy in activities that build your energy, while at the same time optimizing for life experience. Girls, travel when you get the chance, job opportunities, if that's the case, like working for people, leading groups of people, just continually building life experience, building your skill set. In the background, as you are, think about, okay, what maybe is the vision that I'm going towards? And yes, that's fine. Like, think about it, but don't hold it too tightly. And certainly don't expect it to be clear. Don't expect yourself to like have that exactly right. Just have it in the background as a thought, like, oh yeah, okay, I'm building towards something here, but I know that like my chances of figuring that out right now in any accurate and meaningful way are next to zero. And if you did figure it out in a meaningful way, you wouldn't know. Like, how could you know? Actually, like, consider that. If you all of a sudden sat down this morning and you had this big epiphany, like, this is what I want to do with my life, how would you know you were right? You would have no way of knowing, because at your age, it's like there's so much life yet left to be lived that any idea that you have for it, again, you're not even going to know whether it's right, wrong, or somewhere in between. It's likely somewhere in between, but it's like, okay, hold that very lightly. In the meantime, cultivate yourself. That is the ultimate purpose of stage one. So your life purpose is self-cultivation, development, mastery, and then allow the purpose to unfold. Purpose is something that like you grow into. It's not something that you choose. And so right now you're in the growth phase. You don't need to have all the answers. And I appreciate wanting to, but you don't need to. That's not even the aim right now. The aim is self-cultivation. So once again, with the energy that's building in you, Reinvest that into activities that continue building your energy. More energy, bigger energy, stronger energy is going to only help you when, like, number one, growing into that purpose, and then number two, when that purpose actually unfolds and it's clear in front of you, you're going to have the juice for it. And why would you be granted a purpose until you have the juice for it? If you're leading a team, if you're a boss at a company, why would you give an employee a job that they're not capable of doing yet? Reality, God, life, nature is the same way. Why would it grant you this like gigantic, massive responsibility, otherwise known as a life purpose, until you have the capacity to handle that? Right? So I would look at it more that way. Cultivate yourself, grow into it. You're way ahead of the curve. Continue thinking about it, but don't spend as much time thinking about that as you do in cultivating yourself, because that is the purpose right now.